You can make up the system to be whatever you want. In economics, you can make it up to whatever you want. You don't have to think that this ongoing crap of profit at any price is the only way that there is, you know. It isn't. It never was. There was always the option. You can do it yourself to say, you know, are we going to make this whole economic thing based around us, we the people? That everything, clean air, clean water, healthy organic food, health care, see, that all benefits us. We're the first thing. So everything of business has to fall in line, be correct to maintaining clean air, clean water, healthy, natural, organic food, and healthcare, access to healthcare. It's about us. You know, the delusion has been in the Dark Ages, which is the 20th century backwards, is all Dark Ages. Because all the stuff of economics really was the same. Abuse of you, so that a few would be very rich, dominate over you, give all sorts of names and excuses. It didn't matter if it was called communism. It doesn't matter if it was called a king, aristocracy. It didn't matter if it was called capitalism. You know, the system itself, what was in play, was still the same. Profit at any price for a few. Domination over you. So you can, change that around. You make it about you, which it says right there, we the people. In the American documents, we say, what's the focus of government? What's the direction of government? Who's, the direction and what legislation is to be about? We the people. First thing. That's correct. And it always has been. But people were ignorant and illiterate, they thought this guy was a king. Well, really, come on, he was just a thug. He had a bunch of guys under him as thugs. It was like gang culture. And so they dominated brutality. Oh, you're fearful, the king, oh yeah, we got the king. And they just made it up. But the same happens even with capitalism or communism, our systems too. It really didn't do anything but make a certain group, the leaders, the managers, rich at the expense of you. Because generally all they did was poison and pollute you and abuse you, put you in the military to go out and die to keep them rich and all their money rich. That's really the history. Come up with all sorts of other excuses to try and dance around it. But really, that's all it was. In the 21st century, you kind of wake up out of that delusion. Because you're seeing the effect, dramatically, of this cascading disaster of profit at any price that is poisoning and polluting you and the whole planet. Oceans filled with plastic. See, that should never have happened, because the correct system was, it's about you, so your oceans have to stay clean, healthy, natural, because, you rely on all the oceans. You rely on clean air, clean water to breathe, to bring your kids up in. And you rely on healthy, natural food, free of pesticides and herbicides and chemical additives and genetically engineered and fabricated stuff. You don't need it, all that crap in there. And because in a lot of the countries now, Europe, America, Russia's and whatnot, you don't grow your own food. You have the big garden out back that is giving you vegetables year round, and you're canning and you're just eating off of, your own produce. You don't have your own chickens and whatnot and pigs and whatnot that you're just, there you go, that you're making that also for your food supply throughout the year. Nobody's doing that. You're relying on others. So it's quite natural to say, you got to know what's in your food. How is it being grown? Who is doing it? What's the pesticides? What's the herbicides? What are they doing? It's your food. Okay, it's about you first. As it always was. So in economics, as well as what we're seeing in religion, we're saying throw off all that dark age stuff. We're coming into the 21st century. We're waking up. You see the cause of the old systems, and you see their effect, the disaster they have caused. Well, you don't keep following the same pattern of ignorance, You say, wait a minute. And you know that it's true. You can make the system any way you want. And it becomes the economic system. And you want a system that benefits you. We the people. For you, for your kids, for your grandkids, on down the line. That's your responsibility, naturally. Keep the place going, keep it clean, keep the food healthy, keep the air and water healthy for you, for your kids, for the grandkids, on and on and on. That's the first thing, is you.